Every country in the world is in debt. The United States alone owes over $38 trillion, the highest in its history. The European Union carries about $14 trillion. Japan owes nearly $9 trillion. Even oil-rich countries, Germany and China, are heavily in debt. But here's the real question. If everyone is in debt, who is being owed? Debt isn't just a burden, it's the backbone of the modern world. Every war, crisis, and economic boom rests on this invisible debt framework. Follow the chain long enough, and a startling truth appears. The world doesn't owe money to any single entity. It owes money to itself. But that doesn't mean everyone benefits equally. Today, global debt exceeds $315 trillion, nearly 3 times the size of the global economy. How did we get here? The answer: war. National debt wasn't born on Wall Street, it was born on the battlefield. In 1694, England ran out of gold while at war with France and turned to merchants. "Lend us money and we'll pay interest from future taxes," they agreed. This led to the creation of the Bank of England. From that day, governments could spend money they didn't yet have. Lenders received something priceless: a government promise, a bond, the seed of the modern financial system. France copied it, the Netherlands refined it, and the newly independent U.S. used it to finance its revolution. Debt became a measure of credibility. Empires that once conquered land for gold now issued bonds to earn interest. The battlefield became a balance sheet. Fast forward to today. The U.S. owes $38 trillion, Japan $9 trillion, and the world borrows the equivalent of $1 trillion every 100 days. Everyone owes, everyone lends. And through taxes, savings, and pensions, we are all both debtors and creditors. Who holds the other end of the rope? In the U.S., about half of the debt is owed to American investors, and 1/3 to foreign countries: Japan, China, the UK, Luxembourg. So when people say the U.S. owes China, it's true, but that's only 2% of the total. Most of America's debt is owed to itself. The Treasury issues bonds, funds, and banks buy them. The Fed often buys some back, creating new dollars. Taxes fund the interest, which then flows back into retirement accounts. A loop. The debt is real, but mostly internal. This loop is global. Japan lends to the U.S. lends to Europe. Europe lends to developing countries, and they reinvest in Western bonds. A global game of promises, an endless chain of trust. The strongest players aren't governments, they're the markets. Hedge funds, pension funds, central banks. They decide who borrows cheaply and who suffers. When confidence collapses, currencies crash, governments falter, economies collapse overnight. Central banks don't just manage debt, they create it. Buying bonds generates new money. Every dollar represents a debt somewhere. There is no debt-free money. This system has survived on trust for decades. As long as investors believe governments will pay interest, the machine keeps turning. But when trust fails, as we saw in Greece, Argentina, and Sri Lanka, creditors suddenly appear and the people pay the price. Modern debt isn't meant to be repaid, it's meant to be rolled over. Governments refinance, interest becomes the real product, and the economy depends on it. If the U.S. suddenly paid off all $38 trillion, banks would collapse, funds would fail, markets freeze, and the dollar supply would shrink. Paying off the debt would destroy the system. Debt is the heartbeat of capitalism, but the phrase "the world owes itself" isn't fully true. Debt flows upward, from taxpayers to investors. It's a transfer not just between countries, but between classes. Creditors aren't villains, debtors aren't victims. But if the engine ever stops, we'll all remember what debt really is, a promise that can't be kept forever.